There we go. Hello, amazing hackers. Hope you're all doing well. So we just created a new table, assign battle steps, and in here we're going to add some battle steps, of course. That's the full intention. Now, when you get a battle, what I want to do is I want to get a so in fight.php you create a new battle, or at least that's what I do, and that's in fights.php in the generics. Here we create a new battle, start new fight. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to insert a new battle into the assigned steps. So statement, this is going to be statement insert new assigned mob step. And then we're going to insert into assigned battle step values and ULL. Then we're going to add a step ID and we're going to add a battle ID. Alright, there we go. So let's get then here we get the current user fight for user ID on the field ID, because that is what we just created, and we say ID equals and we get that in there. For battle ID then we get for step ID we get that, we get battle ID in there. And that should be it basically, because we don't have any extra fields that we can put in there. Do we have a step ID that we're grabbing already? No, we are not, definitely. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab all of this. I'm going to go back to fight.php and I'm going to see where I assign that random step to the user. So basically start new fight. Here we're going to generate a random clan. We're going to grab the random user fight and return that. So all of that should be fine. And then when I get in here, I'm going to say, I think if there's no assigned step. So steps is, yep, indeed, it's going to select a random step. So here we're going to say assign step in battle, and this is going to be a completely new function in fights.php. Here we're going to add all of this code that we just had, and the thing is we are going to make that into a function. This is going to be what we just had in here, assigned steps to battle. What I need for that specifically is going to be a user ID, and it's going to get a random step. So for this user ID, it's going to first of all make a select statement, because we need to select, and then we go assigned step. PDO preparer is a select. So we go select from, select in capitals. I want to keep it a little bit according to specifications. Select star from the assigned battle steps where the user ID equals user ID. So now we need to prepare that statement, and of course I need to include my PDO as well. Do a preparement. There we go, and we're going to prepare this, and we have a user ID in here that we need to add. Now if we can fetch something from this, so what we're just going to do is request if we can fetch something from this, but I don't want to repeat this code because repeating code is bad. So I'm just gonna say here the assigned step equals, if nothing returns, this is going to be false. So I can just say if assigned step, then I'm not going to assign any more steps. So if this is no assignment, if we have no assignment, then we're going to make our insertion of that step ID that we're going to grab from here with that step ID, and then we're going to again execute that, and we're going to add our step ID itself. There we go, and we're going to add the step ID and the battle ID. And for the battle ID, I need to get current user fight for battle for user ID. There we go. This is the on ID, and we get the battle ID like this, and it equals that. There we go. Perfect. The battle ID equals get current user fight. And then we have that user ID that we pass, and we pass the identifier into it. If the assigned steps are non-existent, we are going to execute the insertion of that. Now we need to add the battle ID into there and the step ID. So we're going to do that. Step ID is what we receive here. Battle ID is what we set here. So if there is no assigned step, insert an assigned step. Otherwise, it's already going to have one. So instead of getting that random step, it's just going to, we need to add the user ID. And what else do we need to add? A step ID. So we get a random step. Was there a function for step? Let's go for steps.php. And here I should see that select random step is a real thing. Select random step does exist indeed. So we just give it a select random step. That way we can either assign like a solid step or we can assign a specific random step to it. We're going to assign a random step, and if it already exists, so in this case we are going to return that specific step ID that we just made in here, and that is going to be return. So in this case, return step ID. No, and in this case we inserted a new step. Else we're going to have to return that selection from what is assigned here. So we're going to return the assigned step on the identifier here. That way, if we don't have an assigned step, we assign a step to the user, we return that step ID that we assigned specifically, and that way we can move on. Otherwise, we are going to return the assigned step. Seems like a good idea. Now, watch the bugs flow in. By the way, Orgus is also here. Hey, Orgus, hope you're doing well, my friend. Of course you are, because you're in my presence. Who wouldn't be doing well in my presence, right? Yeah,
Cause I'm here.
I'm fucking fantastic, bro. I know that. I am one of the best programmers in the world. It's like almost nobody has to tell me this. I know that for a fact. Let's see. So
I
we
just
don't.
I
Sorry.
get lost. I get lost just watching you.
I hope you like watching me because I try to do my
No,
best.
I going. What the fuck?
Column not found. On column user ID in the where clause. So what did I
Oh
fuck up
dear.
now? Battle ID. Of course, there is no user ID in the where clause. There's only a battle ID specifically. So what I can do is I can go back to fights.php, and here I do have a battle ID. So I select this, where battle ID is battle ID, and what I can do is since I have battle ID pretty early on, I can get that. Oh, I had that already. I'm a fucking hit. Battle ID is battle ID, and then we just add this to here and this to here. Battle ID is battle ID. That should be a lot better because that column does exist. That's cool, right? So let's pull that
Yeah.
code in. I'm training Orgus, by the way. Next week he's going to be making all of this for us. He said he would create the whole thing, everything from scratch. So I'm really impressed by his audacity incorrect integer value array for column step ID. So it's giving me an array and step ID. That means that I have to select the specific array value. I'm a fucking idiot. Ay, ay, ay. In fights.php. Orgus, you should tell me this. You should really know that this is
Well,
like
see, if I wasn't sitting about getting stoned and drinking beer and doing nothing, I might have got the site finished by now.
like I think we work fucking hard on this. Even if we drink a lot, even if we like to smoke a little bit from time to time from our special little pharmacies, I think we work fucking hard on this because it's like almost 1 a.m. now, and we get a we get nothing.
Uh, yeah, no, it's great, isn't it?
It's fucking beautiful. But we do have a step ID assigned to us, so I'm just not returning the right thing here, I think. If it is if it is assign if a new one is assigned, I should go to fights.php, and if a new one does get assigned, I am returning that step ID, but it's just not
Yeah.
working. And if it's assigned, it's also not returning the right thing. Because here it should of course return this, but let's just watch the error logs.
Uh,
I shouldn't be, what the thing is, I shouldn't be guessing. I should just be watching the error logs a little bit better. So let's try again, refresh, refresh, and error logs, and of course we get nothing. That's the user map overview, value of null and fight.php line 110. The cyclomatic complexity of this application is getting a little bit too much for me, but I think that so on line 110 of fight.php, as I thought, this is going to probably return this here. Yep, that's going to be empty because it just doesn't have a step on location ID because I am not returning step. Orgus, pay attention, my friend. Pay attention. I am
I
returning.
can't pay attention. You work too bloody fast.
That's the
I'll
thing.
just put this here and I'll put that here and I'll just copy that over there and I'm going, what did he just do? Yeah, pay attention. Easier said than done.
I'm a fucking maniac. I love it.
Yeah, fucking leave me alone.
So I expect you to do this as well. I hope you know that. Like in like a week, I expect you to do all of this. Yeah, that's not correct, of course. It's still got errors in it. Why does it still have errors in it right now? Uh,
You made an error.
no, no.
Uh,
That's impossible. Incorrect integer value hidden for column step ID at row 1 in steps.php 119. So at 119 in steps.php, we pass it the value hidden, which is of course not the value that should be passed in here for step ID. For step ID here, we pass it the value hidden. That is because I was checking if it was solved or not. That is not the right thing. Still value null on line 110 in fight.php. So I am having this here, it's still returning value null and ULL. Echo step on, oh, of course, of course, of course, of course, of course, of course, I am a fucking idiot. And the astute viewers of you might have already seen what I am doing wrong right here. But I, of course, whatever I do, I need to return the get step by ID on step ID, and then I just need to say here that step ID equals this or step ID equals this, and I need to enter a dollar sign so I can assign a value, and I need to enter a semicolon because otherwise PHP is gonna scream at me. PHP has this tendency to hate me. So let's make another pull request. Well, not pull request, just pull that onto the main server. Fuck it. Live hard, die young. And especially trying to look at the errors. Okay, so it's still not giving me the right thing here. it's still telling me that it doesn't get the right thing. So what I can always do is just return the step ID, because then I return this specific step ID itself. And then all I need to do is make sure that I say here step is this. And I say like this. And I do like this, and I do like this. Oh. Hey, Argus, you know, if you make a change, it's probably best if you push it. Just saying, that might help. I'm an
No, click and
idiot.
apply.
I'm trying to offset still. Trying to offset array at 0. Oh no, 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 that's not good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to print R the step, what we get. Print R. Yes, I am an idiot. I keep saying this, but I really do believe it sometimes. So, wait a second. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Step ID. Step ID needs to be returned. And step ID needs to be returned. See, I told you there will be a fuck ton of bugs in here. So let's make another pull request. Everything's up to date, which means that I'm not committing and syncing properly. Sync, motherfucker, sync. Woo! Oh no, mild curse words. Google is probably gonna demonetize me. Thanks a lot, Susan. Hey, baby, look at what's happening here.
Susan.
Yeah, Susan Wozniak or whatever her name
Yeah,
is.
Susan, yeah.
She is personally responsible for every shit that happens on my
Yeah.
channel. No,
It's
no.
either Susan or Karen, isn't it?
Yeah, by the way, I'm kidding. I like Susan. Susan, if you
Susan.
ever want to go on a date, let me know. I'm always available, baby, for you. I make time. Mwah.
Do you know a Susan?
I know Susan from Google. She's a fucking babe, bro. She's a fucking babe. Okay, so I think I still found a bug. So let's go to the
And
campfire.
not a
Yeah,
bug.
if I don't have anything, yeah, of course, of course, of course, of course, of course, of course, of course. So return step ID. Step ID is step ID. Nothing changes there because whenever yep, yeah, 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 we are doing
You lost
well.
me.
We are really doing well, Orgus. You know that.
No, you've lost me. You're doing well. You've lost me, like.
Fixed. Woo! Baby fixed. What model is this? Hey,
Cheese monster.
you can't fucking skip a question anymore. You just can't. You just can't skip a question. How fucking
Oh
awesome is that?
no! What are the young warriors going to do?
Dude, you know what this means? Dude, oh, this is something I have been waiting for a long time. So now I have a question. I literally cannot skip it. And if I answer wrong, I literally can't kill it. Because this means, and I've been waiting for this for so long, if you fight and you've
Uh,
already solved a question,
uh,
I can take all of this code away. Now you can always get a reward. If you answer correctly, of course. Because that is a requirement.
what? So what you
So
mean is you could redo quests and still get points or whatever.
exactly, if you have already done it, you can still get points, but you have to answer it correctly.
It's like when you answer correctly. There's no point getting points if you do it wrong, huh?
Exactly. And that's the thing. You used to be able to just refresh until you got a question that you knew, and then you could solve that question, but now you have to solve this one. There's no getting around it.
Yeah, I forgot about that bug.
it was like a feature that I
Yeah,
still had
yeah.
to implement, and now I'm going to implement skips where people get 5 skips a day.
Isn't that a bit much?
I think 5
Three?
is good. Maybe, yeah, we can start with 3. I can make that a database setting, but it's like already 1 a.m. almost, and I really should be going soon. But
We
it's
could
so
always
much
give it
fun.
3 and then give subscribers 5
Yeah, or 10 maybe even if
or
subscribers will.
something. Or something.
Yeah, because it's pretty expensive to subscribe, and then we can make it a microtransaction to get like 10 skips for like 99 cents or like 50 cents or.
Or something.
Yeah, exactly, like a really cheap amount just to fund the site a little bit because as everybody might see, we've already put like 3 hours of development time in this just now between the two of us. That's 6 hours of development time. I'm sure Nox and Ethical Penguin did a shitload today. Nick, he
Good
did some
talented.
artwork. Yeah,
Yeah.
and we have Sai creating quizzes, we have Ken creating quizzes. There's thousands of hours going into this website, and I'm really freaking proud of it. So I really
Yeah,
appreciate.
you're right. See, when you add up all the amount of people doing all the amount of work, it's fucking insane,
Exactly.
isn't it?
For
It is.
me,
It's fucking insane.
it's some
Everybody that's working.
it's something I would have actually never expected. Assigned steps is now also finished.
Uh,
Okay, the fight
uh,
guide is updated. Today
that's good.
I was able to check off 5 items from my list so far.
Oh,
By the way, as you see, even if you answer incorrectly, you still do a marginal 1% damage, but you can never kill a monster, no matter how good you answer. So, for
yeah,
example, here I answer none, monster fainted, and I can kill him, but if I answer incorrectly, I can never even kill him.
yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad I can do that. And here it asks, are you sure you want to throw everything away? Yep, I'm sure, and I have my cheese coin still.
Do you have it
Awesome.
excluded?
Sorry?
Do you have it excluded, or is that meant?
Yeah, that is meant to be excluded because this is
Right.
like your money pouch.
Yeah.
I might even put like an extra field here how much money you have so you don't even see it in your inventory.
Oh, my money pouch. That'll explain my mine's is empty.
Mine as well. So if you guys want to support Hackerats, it would be from the bottom of my heart very thankful for that.
I've got some cheese in the fridge if you want some cheese.
I would love some cheese.
I've got some cheese in the fridge.
I have some. I'm gonna take some Gentleman Jack cheese out of the fridge.
Oh, gentleman jack cheese. Oh, I like that cheese.
I think it deserves this occasion. I need to be careful not to spill over my wheat.
No, don't do that.
I heard
That's
it's
not
not.
good.
It seems to be not a good combination, yeah. So,
No, not really, no.
Mr. Orgis, I would like to propose a toast to Hackerats and to the future. I think it's gonna be very bright. We are almost ready for lands. Did you know that? So, cheers, my friend.
Cheers, my man.
Holy
Cheers.
shit. Holy shit.
Oh,
Ah,
did that hit the back of the throat?
that hit the hard spot, man. And this thing is like
Yeah,
40% volume. Wow.
yeah, man.
I don't know.
Hello, Jack Daniel as well.
It's fucking tasty.
Yeah,
It's so strange because it tastes really different from the Artberg that I have here. The
yeah.
Artberg tastes like a little bit stronger, but like it's almost the same, but like much smoother, the Artberg. And I have one that doesn't really taste as much like whiskey, that's like 5 years old. And then I have this NOA, which is really different. It has like oak barrel taste to it almost.
Mm.
Anyway, I'm shitting too much. I am going to enjoy a small smoke, I think, and then I might introduce the skip the questions still and write a small blog post. I think it's
Right.
awesome that you have to answer the question right now. And even if I quit this fight, because I have an assigned question, this
Yeah.
is going to keep on popping up. No, it's not. Okay, perfect. It showed an active or passive. No. And then I can go away and I can come back. It showed an active or passive. No. Run away. And then I can take another cheese. Okay, so for the same cheese, yeah, of course. For the same cheese, I'm gonna have the same question. If I want to kill this cheese, I'm gonna have to answer this question, even if I run away. But if I take another cheese, I get another question, of course, for that specific cheese. Do you think that's the right way it should work? Or should I adapt that to always have the same question every way? What do you think, Mr. Orgus? Do you have an opinion on this? I'm assuming not by your silence. No opinion is also an opinion, by the way. I am going to assume that you're going to go with the majority vote, being me in this case, of it being okay. I love being a majority voter. I did to decide. Oh my god, I love this website, by the way. I really do, and I love that everybody's working on it so hard. I cannot tell you guys how much I appreciate everybody working. And if you want to create quizzes for us, if you want to create challenges, if you want to program in PHP and you're a little bit adept with OOP, let me know because we are still looking for, of course, it's on a voluntary basis. We are looking for developers still. We are looking for artists. We are looking for content creators. And now it's on a voluntary basis, but it's going to be much bigger than what it is today. Because the thing is, you get like a cheese, a certain cheese, and that cheese is always going to be of a specific clan. So I will put that into the fight right now, where you show the current fight. Basically, so let's see, show current fight. There we go. And instead of monster type, I'm going to say the clan which it belongs to. Because Jesus do belong to a clan. Clans do roam the land. And the thing is, the clans roam the land, and you're going to have to fight specific clans which have specific weaknesses. You can find all of this information, by the way, in the fighting guide as well. So, what I am going to, before I forget, in the inventory, you have this thing, the on click. I'm going to add that on click to other things as well, because I think it's really important to have that here. For example, you are about to, so I put it in the wrong thingy. I should put it here. You're about to use this item. Are you sure? And here the item details are not that important, but what is important is in the fight.php. We should say run away should have this as well. So we should say it in here. You're about to run away. Are you sure? And then we should have the fighting guide, send us feedback. This is all good. If you have another link that you can see that you, oh, right, I have another one. The mob overview. Here we can display all mobs, and here we have a show row, and here we have a link as well. And in this link we can do exactly the same thing. So we are going to do a backslash here to escape these characters, and another backslash here to escape this character, and then we say you are about to fight this monster. Are you sure you're about to fight this monster? Fight this monster. Fight this monster. There we go. Alright, so let's commit all of that and just push it to the server, push it to production like it's nothing. Do we need to do anything else? Here we also have a run away. So that is going to be on the User mob overview. Here we also have a runaway, surrender, and quit. We do exactly the same thing that we did before, and we break a bunch of shit. So if you guys are wanting to test this server or test anything on it on the website, feel free to if you let me know. I would be very, very grateful. Just know that we are watching you, so we will definitely be seeing if there's something that we need to look into. But besides that, feel free to test. We love to have you testing. You're about to fight this monster. Are you sure? Okay, yep, there we go. And we have a quit thingy where we go to the user overview. We have the same thing where we can quit. Are you sure? Yes, I am sure. Then in our inventory, I don't have any items. You don't, are you logged into your admin account or Orgus?
Hold on.
No, not logged in. I'll do it real quickly. Give someone an item.
A second.
Oh, right, I have an inventory here, so I can just use the item. Yes, that's good. And then on the item detail page, there's also a use button, which I'm going to do in the item detail, user item detail. We have the same link somewhere. Let's see, use item. That is this one right here. And we're going to put the same bullshit you right here. You're about to use this item. Yes, are you sure? Hey, look at us go. We're really flying through all of this, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And a new thingy right here. Item details. Use item. Are you sure? Yep, use item. There we go. Hey, look at us. We are fucking flying. So we added a lot of user prompts to quality of life updates
Yep. So,
to I write all of this down, by the way, because this is a tip for everybody. If you write everything down that you've been doing and you put a check mark next to it, you'll see how much you've actually been doing as compared to what you think you've actually been doing. Because we tend to really underestimate what we're doing. We tend to throw like numbers out there like, oh, I've only made like 6 features right now, but it's like 6 fucking features that work well, that's fun to have, that improve the user experience. Really important to do that shit right, you know? So just giving that as a extra opinion. Perfect. I am really glad that everything works the way I intended to. I say as I knock on wood, because I don't trust it for shit. I'm so, you know, that this was one of the features that I was dreading to add. I was really having problems conceptualizing how I was going to add a specific boundary to what you can do because I need to know what fields to include. But because I have all of these functions, I don't even really need to make a join function. I just literally call function within function within function. So it's really nested like it should be. It's properly, it has the proper authorization layers. Nothing has too much access to which it shouldn't have. It's really important for me to have that stuff segregated as well. It's like you guys probably, if you're watching this and you're a developer, you guys probably know about design patterns. Well, there's such a thing as security design patterns as well. And if I was you and I was a developer, I would definitely look those up. Security design patterns are very, very important and pretty easy to understand once you do put some time into reading it. I know it's a big document. There are big documents out there of hundreds of pages, but do at least some basic research and read the summaries of those, you know? Those are really important. All right, I'm going to end the recording here for now because we are at 34 minutes and I might start a new recording when we go on to the next features. Thanks a lot, my friends. I hope I'll see you in the next one, Amazing Hackers. And I hope you know I love you. Bye bye. Much love.